All the footage of the residential was recorded from the 6th and the 7th of August. If you're wondering why it looks like the number of pops have gone down, it's because some of them have been moved to my sister's room. Also, that bag, that was given to me on Christmas 2021. I just forgot to put it in the video. New curtains. Hi, I'm Michael! And before I start this video, I would like to address the elephant in the room. Okay, not that type. 3 years ago, I did a Happy Easter video way back in 2019. However, in 2019, Easter Sunday was on the 21st of April. And because of that, in that video, I said this. Not only is it Easter today, but it is also Queen Elizabeth's birthday. I don't know how old she is, but in case you don't know who she is, she's the ruler of England. She is 93. She was born in 26. She's doing really well for her age. Well, that's kind of aged like fine wine now because...
Ah! Dear God, the Queen's dead!
Shame about the Queen, though.
Yeah, I reckon she's with Jesus Christ in heaven now.
And when I tried to watch YouTube videos to take my mind off it, this happened. And then when I tried to flip the tablet the other way in the hopes that that would fix the glitch, nope. Also, I typed in Encore and it showed me the Eminem show. You had one job, YouTube. That's not the original, that's the remix. That's not Till I Collapse, that's from the D to the LBC. So I thought, okay fine, I'll play games then, to take my mind off it. Nope.
Let's go, asshole!
I don't know what the hell's happened, but it has completely fucked up the white in this game. Look at the snow, it's not meant to look like that.
Wait, whose turn is it?
Alright, fine, I'll read an article then. He died, didn't. And I thought Light to Dark spelling was bad. Speaking of Light to Dark, I'm going to ask her whether she wants to come round mine. Bitch! Oh wait, I forgot. I just did spend some time with her in the gaming session. Damn. Well, shit. What am I going to do? Oh! I know! I'll do a story time. I haven't done one of those in a while. Hi, I'm Marty, and welcome to episode 25 of this series that I do. Story time, where I tell you a story that actually happened. However, unlike the channel actually happened, my stories are actually true. So, on the 6th of August and the 7th of August, so in my Skegness and Amsterdam video, you may have heard me say that every Thursday I go to a youth group that helps out special needs kids, teenagers / young adults, which is true, I do go there. Not long after my day trip to Skegness and holiday to Amsterdam, I went to a residential for my youth group to celebrate the end of the academic year, because it starts in September, and also it was a way for the over 25s who would be leaving afterwards to celebrate their time there, you know. I started recording the footage before the Amsterdam / Skegness video was even out yet. Speaking of that video, there's actually two things I forgot to mention. In Skegness, I didn't get an apology after being accused of stealing at the rock shop. And also, when we went from home to the airport, in the taxi, I fell asleep in the taxi when going from home to airport, and then go from airport to home, back, fell asleep in the taxi again. You know, travelling really exhausts you out. I'll start from the beginning. I left the house to go in Mum's car at 9:07 in the morning to pick Ink, Bendy and Light to Dark up because they were originally going to get a taxi to there. But those two went into my mum's car with me to drive to the youth group. We arrived at 9:19 in the morning.
Right, I'm there now. Just had some breakfast, had a bowl of Cocoa Pops. Now I'm going to have a cup of tea. And then just move from there. Go from there. I just realised in all the excitement, forgot to brush my hair. Someone stole my colour. I kind of deserve it for stealing your colour, DB Red.
Then we left at 10:51. We had to unpack our stuff and then I take medication, Light to Dark, Ink, Bendy, they also take medication. Then we went on the mini bus, which was 1 hour and 40 minutes. I'm looking at my Google Maps, by the way, just to remember, because the memory's a bit vague, because at the time of recording this, it's been a month and a half. One part that I actually found quite wholesome was while we were driving there, Light to Dark had her head on my shoulder because she was feeling a bit sleepy, so, I just let her do it, while I was telling a member of staff about my holiday to Amsterdam. Then we arrived at Gulliver's Kingdom at 12:31 in the afternoon. The first thing I noticed was Light to Dark's bag was wet because Summer dribbled. Then when we arrived there, the first thing that we did, we were on like a ride. It was like the teacups, but a little bit different, where I think it was barrels. Where we could turn the wheel to change the direction of which way the thing spins.
Well, I've got more camera space than I thought.
There you go, if anyone wants to go on. Anyone want Crazy barrels? It's crazy barrels.
Come on, let's go on up.
Then afterwards, we saw the dinosaurs.
Hey kids, wanna come see some dinosaurs?
Down.
See that dinosaur over there? Let's go on someone. Oh, let's go.
Do not climb on the rocks or scenery. No! Going down.
It's alright. I enjoyed it. Photo bombed it. Erica.
Try not to get your faces.
I did, I got everyone's face.
What the
Oh my god! What's it? Is it him?
I'm gonna call you Reginald.
What the hell are you looking at?
I thought you Riptor from Killer Instinct.
What's happening up there? He's missing a hand.
I'm screaming at Reginald.
Again?
This one's Reginald.
That's not an original name.
Yes, it is. Hi, Reginald. Reginald seems to be the actor.
Well, no pun intended, but we're boned.
What over there?
John.
What over there?
Then after we saw the really funny dinosaurs, me and Light to Dark and the others, like just me and the gang, went to a haunted house. I went with Light to Dark. I can't remember if I was holding a hand. But yeah, I followed Light to Dark. Well, we followed each other because it was a couple. We were a couple. Light to Dark was actually, you know what? For a very innocent girl / young lady, she was disappointed that it wasn't scary enough. You know, despite all the decoys and skulls. The thing with Light to Dark, she may be innocent but deadly. Because way back in Skegness, when we went on the ghost train, she was even saying hello to all the spooky things out there. So I think Light to Dark may be a little bit demented. And I think what happened next was me, Light to Dark, Ink Bendy and DB Red went on a ride where there's 2 water slides. One of them's the fast one and one of them's the slow one. I actually can't remember which one I went on. But it did take pictures, which I've not just got mine. I've also got Light to Dark, Ink Bendies and DB Reds. But I'm not showing their ones because they don't want their face on YouTube. But yeah, I actually paid 23 quid to have all 4 of the pictures printed out. Here's mine. I don't like rides. I really I don't like rides. I also think what happened next was we were being teased to go on more rides, but then we didn't want to because I brought some fruit with me. I think I had a banana and an apple.
Yeah, you're right, it is stealing my colour. How dare it?
In SeaWorld, we went on that roller coaster, and Henry wasn't going to go
Fucking
on it,
high.
and Henry was a nanny and granddad, and then last minute he got passed over to us and they got on with mummy. No, but
And then me, Light to Dark, Ink Bendy, DB Red, and 2 others, Erica and Callie, we went on the zip line. Ink Bendy couldn't go because of her shoes, her inappropriate footwear. She couldn't wear sandals. So it was 5 of us. 5 of us went on the zip line. However, only 2 of us were brave enough to actually go through it. The other 3 backed out. Me and Light to Dark were the brave ones. DB Red, Erica and Callie actually chickened out. What was funny was, when the woman was strapping the gear on for me to go ziplining, she actually pulled my trousers up. Not these ones, but I was wearing trousers where they had a zip because it was summertime where I could let my legs breathe. So Ink Bendy pulled it down for me because I was being strapped on. So appreciate that from her. Yeah, DB Red just does not like heights. I was actually concerned. One of my main concerns was, no, not my hand slipping, but also swinging sideways to the point where my face would bonk something. Because when Light to Dark was on it from a distance, it actually looked like she was going to hit something. Then we went on a pirate ship.
Are you all going on?
the pirate ship.
And let me tell you something right now. Watching a 14-year-old autistic teenage girl on the pirate swing on the back is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Every time it went to the highest point, she would just go, "Ah!" It was so funny. And I was facing towards her. I was in the middle. The only one who didn't go was DB Red because he was still stressed out from the zip line, which is fair enough, you know. And then after that, we went in the queue to queue for another ride that I think Ink Bendy, DB Red, and the other 2 girls actually did have the courage to go on, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. Again, this is a month and a half ago. The memory's quite not refreshed. But me and you know that ride where you and your partner actually just sit back and it just slowly goes up and then comes back round again, like what people do in the snow. Me and Light to Dark, we obviously went together because, you know, that's what couples do.
That song reference, then you clearly ain't from my time. I do.
What song?
It was before I was born, but I still listened to it when I was a kid, living on a prayer.
I've heard of that. Never watched it.
There's 2
No,
versions.
it's a song.
Oh.
Living on a prayer.
There's 2 versions of Madonna.
It's a song.
Okay.
I completely forgot about this, but Ink Bendy and DB Red went on a log flume, and me and Light to Dark went on another one after it was their turn. Well, after we were waiting in the queue. I was gonna go on the front, so Light to Dark's dress doesn't get all wet and also her hair doesn't get ruined. But unfortunately, because of my height, I couldn't go on the front. So I had to go on the back, so Light to Dark got all the water. She got completely drenched and soaked. I didn't force Light to Dark to go on the front, as some people may think. No, I was going to go on the front, but I couldn't because of my height. And I'm not going to lie, both of us were pretty scared. Because again, both of us don't like rides. But yeah, when that happened, that was so funny. After that happened, I just kept teasing Light to Dark on how wet she was. Wait, what? Then we went into another section of Gulliver's Kingdom where it was different themed. I think this one was cowboy related. Yeah. The one that we went to before was dinosaur related. Then we went into one that was cowboy related. Then we went into the bumper cars where you could have two people, one doing the gunning and one doing the driving. DB Red said it actually reminded him of Crash Tag Team Racing, which I actually do agree with. While I was waiting for the queue, I just got bored, so I just started daydreaming until it was my go. What was a rip-off, though, is that me and Light to Dark, we went together again. Her guns didn't even fucking work. And I'm useless when it comes to driving a bumper car. I always crash into the wall. I don't know how to turn for shit. And I did say to Light to Dark, wouldn't it be best to go on another car? But Light to Dark insisted that we go on that cart.
That elephant is chucking up blue water. What I should do is, because I want to make my whole body blue, I should just skinny dip in there. Lovely face.
Hello.
After that, all of us gathered around together. We got delayed and almost told off because Erica wanted to buy a slushie at the last minute when we all had to leave. But yeah, then we went on the mini bus again. Another drive. We left Gulliver's Kingdom at 4:26 p.m. and then the driving was 1 hour 70 minutes. We didn't come back to Kingfisher Youth Centre where the main... we didn't recruit back to Kingfisher Youth Centre until 5:43 in the afternoon. And then from that point on, it was basically just a chill out. I was nibbling on the custard creams and I think rich teas. And then the Doritos. I was playing Connect 4 with a 12-year-old kid, which was actually the son of one of the members of staff, who, by the way, I still see the opportunity to speak to him because he is very funny. Despite the age gap, I'm 20, he's 12. I don't give a fuck. I actually found him quite funny. And I also think that me and Erica played a game of foosball. So yeah, we just chilled for a bit until 7 in the evening to go to the Blue Ocean Chippy Shop. We arrived there at 5 past. We weren't there for very long. We left out at 23 minutes past. So we was only there for 18 minutes. I was originally going to have a pizza, but then they said that's going to take 25 minutes. So I thought, fuck it, I'll have a burger instead. I think I had a double beef burger with ketchup in it. And one of the members of staff, they weren't angry at me. It wasn't an angry moan. It was one of those moans where they're just joking, but they're still belly achy anyway, just to be funny. But one of the members of staff, I believe it was John, saying, well, we had to wait for a bit because Marty's food was taking ages. But it was funny while it was happening. It was really funny. Yeah. Then all of us gathered. Then we arrived back at the Kingfisher Youth Centre at 34 minutes past 7 in the evening. We all gathered round, had our food, and I think I did the thumbnail to the Skegness and Amsterdam video because remember, as I said, that video wasn't out yet. That video actually didn't come out until after the residential had almost finished. Fun fact, that was actually my second residential. The first residential I went to was when I was 10 in 2012. Fucking hell, time flies by. Then I chilled in the sports hall for a bit, got me stuff ready. I just had a bit of laugh with my mates. I got whacked in the private parts because Ink Bendy threw a ball, and that wasn't very fun. And then that 12-year-old kid who I said who I got along with. He lent me his Nintendo Switch so I could play Super Mario 3D World. It's actually kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie. I think it was a blue Nintendo Switch Lite. That's when Light to Dark came in and said that DB Red needs us because he was upset about leaving the Kingfisher Youth Centre because he's 25 and, you know, the age limit is 25 and yeah, then I started talking to DB Red, then Ink Bendy, then Light to Dark. Ink Bendy and DB Red were doing their thing. Me and Light to Dark were chilling on the sofa, and this is actually my favourite part of the whole residential, because me and Light to Dark, I had her arm round her, and then she was wearing pyjamas, so she was snuggling onto me, and we actually... No, I know this is, like, nothing happened, but we got close, you know. We were watching, like, YouTube videos and YouTube shorts on her phone. I wanted to sleep in the same room as Light to Dark, like, I wanted to have my airbed next to hers, but the problem is, what was annoying was, they had a rule, boys and girls sleep separately, which... I'm not an idiot. I know why that rule was added in the first place, so no funny business can happen in the night. But two things. One, we're well behaved anyway. Nothing was going to happen anyway. But also, two, the world's changed. We live in such an LGBTQ world now that it doesn't matter what gender you are. Funny business can happen regardless. Funny business can happen between a boy and another boy, and funny business can happen with a girl and another girl. You know, so they wouldn't let me sleep in the same room as my girlfriend, but at the same time, there was someone whose name I won't say, but there was someone who actually had a gay boy, who actually had a crush on me, and he doesn't go to the youth group anymore. But think about it, hypothetically, what if he did go to the residential, and because he's a boy, they would have let me sleep in the same room as him? And bear in mind, he fancies me. What if he could have tried to do something in the middle of the night to me? You know? But oh no, because he's the same gender as you, he can sleep in the same room as you. Yeah, but that's not the point. I don't trust him. I trust Light to Dark. You know? Doesn't matter. That rule, again, I know why it was made, but now because the world's changed, that rule is kind of redundant now. Funny business can happen regardless what gender you are, you know? Not that we were going to do funny business, I'm just saying, you know, that rule doesn't really work anymore. We went bed at 11 o'clock in the night time. I had my sleeping bag. I'm glad I didn't bring my quilt because my suitcase wasn't big enough. Speaking of which, Light to Dark was only away for one night and she bought like the fucking whole house massive suitcase. You know, I know it's because of her routine, but still, she carries loads. I bought my pyjamas. I think DB Red slept in his regular clothes, if I'm not mistaken. I brushed my teeth. Then the next day, 7th of August, I think I woke up at 9 in the morning. When I got up, Light to Dark had already gotten up before me. Yeah, she decorated a whole airbed and so did Ink Bendy. I brushed my teeth straight away. I can't remember what I had for breakfast. I think I had toast, if I'm not mistaken. Then we left at 11:58, went on the minibus for a 41-minute drive. We went to Queen's Park Charnwood Museum. We arrived there at 12:39.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's a parrot. Over there, everyone. Pretty sure it's a parrot. Oh, what's down there?
Hello.
Yeah, it's me with
Another one. Also, I forgot to mention that we also visited the parrots. There was one parrot that kept going to Light to Dark, and I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty funny. Then we, me and Light to Dark sat down on a bench that looked like a book, and then even the pages bent, making it like an H. She had a packed lunch. I didn't really have anything because I wasn't hungry. And afterwards, we followed a maze that was on the floor to take us to, was it a bird or a swan? I think it was a swan. Yeah.
In the middle of the park.
Who wants to bath in that?
It's just algae is not very good for humans. Yeah. Sorry if it was all so close together.
It wasn't your fault. It was just an inconvenience.
No, I'm just saying sorry on behalf of everything.
Thanks.
I know it's not fully my fault, but
Yeah. Oh, squirrel.
someone might as well apologise to you about it.
Yeah.
That one's Herbert the squirrel. That's Herbert the squirrel. Yeah, no, I've named it Herbert.
And then, yeah, we all did a thing, do all the different sections of the museum.
Never gonna catch me freaked out.
I had before, I freaked you out with that thing on Halloween where it scared you when I played it. It was on the 28th, on the Halloween party.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the lights.
No, that's skeleton.
Skeleton?
Scully.
Scully. Oh yeah, that. Jogged my memory. My memory.
Light the Dog took a picture of me with me sticking my head out through one of those pictures where you can stick your head through. But the problem is, because I wear glasses, it wouldn't fit all the way through because my glasses are so thick. And obviously, since I'm so tall, my butt was sticking out of the frame.
You reckon this is what it'll look like when we go and we come back as flowers? What do you mean? It's a good thought.
It's a nice thought, I suppose.
What do you mean? I suppose so.
I suppose so.
I'm just saying that's a bit random to say out of nowhere.
Blue and purple flowers.
It is nice, a bit random to say out of nowhere.
Then we left at 1:26 p.m. Had a 2-minute walk to Poundland, where we just went in the shop just to buy some stuff. Which I saw some white chocolate toffees. Look at this. I didn't even know these even existed. The limited edition as well. Unless they were new at the time when I bought them. I'm going to try them now. Right, this takes me back to when I did that 1 man versus 69 toffee videos way back when. I mean, I love toffees anyway, and I love white chocolate. To have them both together. To anyone who's actually been around on this channel for a while will know that I'm actually quite picky when it comes to chocolate. You watch any one of my videos, me trying American chocolates, the chocolates always tend to get a low rating because I'm just not that big of a fan of chocolate. But I'll admit, these ones, 10 out of 10. Then after we left the Poundland, sorry about that, I got very distracted. A 15-minute drive back to the minibus to go to the Odeon cinema because we were voting on which film to see. I think it was Minions, Rise of Gru, and Super Pets, and Thor, Love of Thunder. Thor, Love of Thunder got the most votes. Ink Bendy had the hump because she didn't want to watch that one because she wasn't caught up yet, but we had to watch that one anyway. While we was at the cinema, there was one trailer, just before the actual film itself came on, there was one trailer to a film that stuck out, and it was called Bros, like some sort of LGBTQ film about a bunch of gay men, which, there's nothing wrong with that, but it just stuck out in my head because I've never seen anything like it before. You know, loads of people are going to love that film then, I suppose. Then after we watched the film, I'm kind of glad I didn't watch Minions Rise of Gru because it had the song Funky Town in it, and I still think about that video. But anyway. Then again, 15-minute drive on the minibus, went to Bregate Park for just about 3 minutes just to see the castle.
Oh, I got more camera space. Okay.
Watch the dip.
Ditch. Right.
Ditch. You want to do that and then you go.
Watch out for animal dung, whatever it is.
Animal poo.
Animal feces. Yep. Said that. Spoken like a true imbecile.
You're an imbecile. Watch for ditches. Don't go forward and have the camera in your face.
Well, I'm trying to record this. Do you mind?
Oh, I'm just being mindful of your safety. Of course, big boy. Yeah, the blueberry cake, shall we say.
The blueberry head.
Blueberry muffin head.
I'll take that.
The walking, talking pizza.
Yes, he is.
What is it? Is this like a Blue Boy version of Walking Doll by Cliff Richard now? Well,
Yeah, I think so.
when my camera wants to focus.
That's the worst. Run it. Yeah, we go.
We're going in the prison.
We're gonna climb up that.
Now, Marty, you need to climb.
You can't be able to climb it. Unless you.
You have to climb.
Okay. I can climb.
Show us then, mister.
Alright then.
You can climb.
I will.
Boy,
I will.
what's wrong?
Blueberry climb.
I will.
Prove it.
Okay.
Let's see you climb.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, there's more. Alright, you two, you seem to be struggling there.
That was easy.
Yeah, see, I told you it wouldn't be difficult for me to climb.
That was easy for me. I got up that step in just 2.2 seconds.
Oh, there's others. I want to get a view of the far view. What a giant good view, motherfuckers. Ah, lovely view.
Don't usually see them type of houses in our area.
I like looking at old-fashioned houses.
But over there with the thing.
While we was walking there, me and Light to Dark had not an argument, but it was a bit of a lover's tiffs because I kept teasing her and she just kept going, you're lucky I like you. It was funny though. By the way, if you're wondering why it looks like the camera's been moved, it's because It's because I accidentally knocked it and I tried to put it back. So yeah, after we went to Braggate Park, we went back. We left Braggate Park at 5:09. We went back on the minibus for 1 hour 38 minutes. Well, for Light to Dark and Ink Bendy longer because that was the part where everyone was being dropped off one by one. The first one to get dropped off was Erica. Then it was Callie. Then I believe it was Matthew. Then Pauline. Then DB Red, which by the way, he was crying throughout the whole trip because he was sad about leaving, which is understandable. And even after we saw his house, I did get a glimpse of his dad out the window. Then I think it was me to leave the minibus. I arrived back home at 18:47, so 47 past 6 in the evening. The original plan was for me to be back home by 8, but you know, things got changed. When I was saying goodbye to, I didn't say Light to Dark, I didn't say the room names, but I said bye to Light to Dark, and then when I said bye to Ink Bendy, I said bye other one, which they knew I was joking. When I got off the minibus, Chloe and her boyfriend Dylan were getting in a taxi at the same time, so it was like, ugh. So we did see each other for a little bit. Obviously had my suitcases, went back in the house, unpacked my shit, told my mum and dad about, you know, the residential, made myself a tea with rich tea biscuits, and uploaded the Skegness and Amsterdam video. Meanwhile, then it was Light to Dark and Ink Bendy to get dropped off. Obviously they're sisters, so they'll live in the same house. Then it was the members of staff turn to get dropped off. Then first it was Sonia, then John, then that 12-year-old who, again, is a son to the members of staff. Who that member of staff, the dad, was the last one to get off the minibus because he was driving the minibus. So yeah, and that was my residential. That was definitely 2 days to remember. And I know that Light to Dark, Ink Bendy, and DB Red are watching this video thinking, Memories. The residential was originally going to be like the Skegness and Amsterdam video where I just documented myself during the trip. But the thing is, I didn't want to be a stick in the mud, pointing cameras in people's faces. And I couldn't get free time because I was around them all the days. So, and there was more people about. Plus there was Light to Dark, Ink Bendy and DB Red who don't want their private stuff on there. So I just thought, fuck it, I'll do it like a story time type video where I'm telling you about the trip with a few clips here and there. So, that was episode 25 of Storytime. That was me telling you about my residential. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked this video, then share, leave a comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. And if anyone out there thinks my videos are crap, let me know why in the comments and hopefully I'll improve. And if you're new to the channel or you just found it, feel free to subscribe if you want. I'm Marty. Bye. I will see you very soon. I'm out.
Random photos and videos after the credits. Cast: Martial as I'm Martial. Special thanks to Martial and you for watching. Produced and directed by Martial.
Here we go again.
Now you're on my time, you little skunk! Give me the crystals!